Hi, it's Jess here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So it's a bit of a scrappy Saturday. I said I would be doing episodes on Saturday of my Vintage Days journal that I made and showing you the different elements. And last week we did the altered envelope, and I did two, so I've got one in this one and one in that one. I've done more on this side than that side. I thought today we'd look at pockets. So there's lots of pockets throughout this journal. Some are more simpler than others and some are straight out of the kit. So that's a very simple one. This one is pretty simple as well, although it has got an extra step to it. I think it has. Is that? Yes, it has. So that's got an extra step to it. And then there's this one, which is like straight out of the kit. And I think that's all I've done in here so far. And then from the actual video I did, journal that's complete, there's the 3 pockets that come in the kit as well. So I thought I'd kind of run through those. I might not get through all 3, but I thought we'd have a go. So in the kit you get these pockets. These are printed, can't remember what GSM, I think that's about 120. So I wanted it slightly thicker for making a pocket, so I printed it again on slightly thicker stuff. Some pockets have got these little edges, which is a bit like these have got as well, which the advantage of these is that these sections are glued down, so you've got the full width and depth of the pocket. So this is 3 I've done to make the 3-step pockets. I'll show you how I did those. So I printed off some extra sheets. So these are printed onto 140 GSM. I've printed off some more of these thicker bigger tags because I'd run out. And these are the 3 pockets that Artie Mays has done, and she sort of does them so that they're 3 on a page sideways. Those are 2 journaling cards that go with it. I haven't printed the other one off because it's on another sheet, and I think I've got spare. And then I did belly band with these tickets, so I thought I'd better print them off again. So let's have a little look at assembling a pocket that is ready-made. So the first thing you've got to do is cut them out, and these can be cut out using a trimmer or just by hand. I think they're fairly simple to cut out by hand, and the fact that you're not going to see the edges that you cut because they're going to be folded, I didn't sort of mind doing them quickly with my scissors. Nice. Oh, I think I might have been out of shot then. Was I? Yeah. God, what am I like? I've even got a bit of washi there to sort of remind me of where to be, but hey ho. So then I just go around this curve. Not necessarily the best scissors for going around curves, but hey ho, works for me. So that's that. And then these ones I actually might use my trimmer because that will just go down in one straight line quite nicely. So just showing you the options of what it's like. Some people don't like the faff of having a trimmer. Some people prefer to have a straight line. So, and if you've got issues with your hands and you don't want to cut too much, this is ideal. work as well if you had a guillotine cutter. I've just got one of these cutters. Right, out of shot again. Useless, Jez. Absolutely useless. And I will do the tops and bottoms with my scissors. So it's very simple to just get those ready, and then you can either just fold it freehand where there's obviously the places to fold, or you can use the scoreboard. I go straight across there, and I am going to use the circle punch on these bits because that will make a nicer edge than I can do with cutting the scissors. And I think about an inch circle will work. When I printed these, I printed them borderless, so they came out probably as intended, and slightly bigger than you get if you just press print. Just going to do these ends. Let's save those bits, get rid of these. Yeah, slightly bigger than if you don't use borderless, because your printer will be set up with margins, and so they are slightly smaller when you do that. So I've got a 1-inch circle punch up here, and I'm just gonna, yeah, 1 inch, perfect. Oops, she says, leaving a little white border there. There we go. I'll ink that, you won't notice. There we go. And I thought there were tags the right size for this, but then I realised I probably made them myself. I did a collage sheet and cut out, made some tags with the collage sheet, so I think that's possibly what I've done. Right, so I'm going to come down with the scoreboard there, and on there I've drawn lines on my scoreboard, so it makes these sort of tasks much easier. That's my little tip for today. So there we go, nice little pockets. This sort of lines up quite nicely there at the 3. And line it up nicely there to come down. You can choose to ink around the edges or not. I pressed a little bit too hard there, so I've gone through slightly. Not that it really actually matters. Right, I'm gonna line that up there. Likewise there. You see why having a line drawn really helps when doing these. There we go, and then this is the final one. So I have a line drawn here at 6, and I have a line drawn there at what is half a normal C6 card. So you don't have to think when you're cutting them up. So I will just go over with my bone folder to make sure those creases are done really well. I say these printed elements take the hard work off you, and also might give you some ideas yourself for making pockets. You could use these as a template for other bits of paper you might have, or printables that you might have. You could take this and sort of cut it out by hand if you want. So let's do a little bit of ink in. So I've got my vintage photo, which is what I've used throughout, and just go down the edges, so if there are any bits of white, they're nicely covered up. And I do like the sort of grungy look. Some people don't do this. I like it. So I'm just going to go on the inside of that pocket a bit. Not that you're really going to see it, but because I've not coffee dyed the other side, because there's not really any need, just want to have a little bit there. I've now got ink on my tablecloth. I do love having this tablecloth because underneath this tablecloth my desk is a mess, and it covers it up, and it also helps you to know if you're watching a Stampin' Up video or a junk journal video, because I generally have my Stampin' Up grid mat if it's a Stampin' Up video, and tablecloth if it's a junk journal one. I know some people just like to watch any craft, and I've got Stampin' Up fans who watch my junk journals as well, but you might just be interested in my junk journal videos, so this will help you. I do like it when I can incorporate the both, and I will be doing in a couple of weeks a tutorial that does in fact do just that. I am making a junk journal, a small journal, with Stampin' Up products. Quite excited about it. I'm getting a bit addicted to making them, so I made a prototype and then I made another one, and then it was like, don't make another one, Jess, you want to film it. Oh, that doesn't look very straight. Looks really bad, Jess. That looks really, really bad. Bit better. So that's them all inked, and then you can decorate them a bit. I think on this one I have done in here, added some ribbon. Wherever it is. There. So I did add some ribbon to it. So I'd stuck it there on this sort of pink paper. So I used that sort of pinky, sweet sugar plum that is, to sort of tie in the colours. And I left these exactly as they are. I'm trying to find my journal, which I thought was here. It is here. Those three pockets, I left them as they were. Exactly as they were, and yeah, these are made by yeah, did some collaging, and then I just cut them at 2 inches. It could be slightly wider actually for these pockets, but my tag topper punch that I use does 2 inches, so that's kind of why I stayed with that. Okay, so this is the one that's mostly done, so I'm filling the one that mostly isn't. So let's find some pages in here where I'm going to put these. So I'm going to put these 3 together on a page, and as I said before, is I choose the other side of these printed sheets because they're on thicker paper than my coffee dyed paper. So just looking for somewhere where that might go. I did do it on a page that kind of matched it. I put it on there so it's on a plain page, but then I'd want to do some stenciling. So that's a possibility. Or I could put these 3 on there because it is quite plain. That's a very good idea. Put them on there. That on there. That's that lady there, just reversed. I might do that. Quite like that idea. I might get a doily or something. She is a bit lost on there. Changing my mind. That's a little bit plainer. Could stick that on there. And if I get a little bit of a doily under there, that matches that doily. On that side, that's even plainer. Yeah, that's, I'm going to put her there. Going to put her there. So I need a bit of doily to decorate. Might choose something like that to decorate. These ones are going in as they are. So let's first of all get these in. Really, really simple. We are just, I'm going to do the middle one first so we know where it's going to go. And we just put glue, if it will come out. Do you know, every time I've gone to use this, it's clogged up. Oh, it's coming out now. I obviously pulled it off, what I needed to do. So we're just go up there. I'd just like to do a little bit on the edges there because that holds that in place. And then there's no glue on the inside, so you're actually getting the full pocket. So I'm just sort of eyeballing where that will be and sticking it down. And these pockets are just shy of 2.5 inches wide, which is why the 2-inch tag worked really well. So there we go. It's going in there quite nicely, and then these will fit either side. You could put a little bit of stenciling around. You're going to see it slightly. So let me just do a little bit there around the edges where you're going to see it a little bit. Just gently. A little bit up the centre. Not sure how much ink is on this. There, a little bit. I'll put a little bit more on. Just gives the page a little bit of decoration, which I do think is worth doing. Yeah, And I do like that embossing mask, not embossing folder, it's a mask. It's Stampin' Up one. Available in my shop, link down below. Just going to put a bit of inking around that edge where I brushed on the coffee stain. It sort of missed it a little bit. So again, put that to the edges, and then I'll just need to make some tags for it. So I might do a collage sheet. Again, I have got actually partially done doing a Blue Peter effect, where I'm going to show you how to make some tags out of book pages, and I did use elements from this kit. So I've got the finished product, I've got a partially finished project, so that I can make another one and then you don't have to wait for drying time. So that will give me lots of tags. So that will give me the tags that I require for these two journals that I am making now on camera. And there we go. Also, I got out yesterday my jelly plate that I got for Christmas. Tried it out for the first time. Realised that the paint and ink I've got don't really work. So I've ordered some. Hobbycraft were having a little bit of sale on art stuff. So I've got some acrylic paint for half price. So quite pleased about that. So that's them. As I did nothing to them, no embellishments. I might stick something on these two. I might leave them as is, I quite like it. And that's ready for that. Right, so I wanted to add some bits to this. So I've got this pocket. That could have gone on and been matched, but I don't like it in the thinner paper, so I'll just tear some stuff off this so it can go on. And I wanted a bit of doily as well, didn't I? So I might not put it on it, but I might. Actually, I do want it on it really. I've just bought some new lace, which I quite like. That might work. Right, so let me get my doilies and my new lace. So, got my doilies, got my lace. So this is coffee dye doily, actually matches that one, but I've also got some mini doilies from Crafting, and it's got like this green colour, and I quite like it. There's also a bit of an orange in there, but I do use this green quite a bit. That might be cool. Bit of orange, bit of pink. These are on clearance on my Stampin' Up shop. I think they're £1.70 for a packet. I've got loads. She says, so I've got one there, got one there. I've got another one on its way. And you can actually use the other side and just ink them up. So that would work as well. Don't usually use a great deal of pink, but so, and then I've got these as well. These are old retired ones. They're quite cute. So let's have a little play and see what we'll use. And I got these. So I got this one from eBay. And I got this one off Amazon. This was the size I wanted. Obviously, when they have it in centimetres, I can't visualise it. I don't know what it means. So I wanted that size. I got this size, but I thought that'll work. And I bought them really to go on the edge of pages. So I really like that look. And I just feel that these like cotton crocheted is more vintage than the sort of nylon laces, synthetic laces that we get. I prefer these. That's quite nice. Put a bit of that across it. Quite like the look of that. That will work for me. So take a bit of that off. I think that one's a bit thick. So we don't want that. After all, I might stencil through the doily though on that bit of space there. So that we're maybe using my brush would have been better, Jez. Oh, that works. That'll work. I might add a bit of this. Ink it up a bit more. So this has effectively given me some extra inking on the doily and then a nice pattern as well. There, quite like that. And I want to ink on this. So I'm going to get my favourite script. Let's ink it up. Put something underneath it. Put some of that on here. And I might stick some on the page. Just rounding about, that'll do. So let's get this put together. As I say, you don't have to do the extra bit of decoration, I just like it. So I've deliberately torn this so there's some nice white edges so that they'll take the ink nicely. So what's the weather doing like where you are? Loads of my friends have got snow. We've got sunshine at the moment. And unfortunately, Ed was unable to take a break, so we couldn't go out. Well, the weather was nice, and I was waiting for deliveries as well. And whereas he can normally listen out for deliveries. If he's actually online doing meetings, he can't. And he was like interviewing, so he was like, I can't, so I couldn't go out for a walk. So hoping that we have some moments at the weekend where we can go out. I did my tax return yesterday. Hate that job. Always put it off thinking it's going to be awful, and then I do it and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I still spent about 4 or 5 hours on it. Took breaks, so it wasn't like a solid 4 or 5 hours. But yeah, put that across, and that marries that green up and reflects that there. So quite like that as a thing. So yeah, it's always exciting when the tax return's done. And every year I go, it wasn't that bad, so I'm going to do it in April. And I never do. January comes. I do quite like all the emails and text messages I get from the Inland Revenue. Makes me feel popular. Especially in January, they step it up and you get like 2 a day instead of 1 a day. But when I was poorly, I was a bit worried. I was thinking, oh my goodness, I'm not sure that I'm well enough to do my tax return. I was like, am I going to need a sick note from the doctor to say, Jez can't do a tax return, she's too ill? A bit like when you're at school. Madeline couldn't do her homework, Miss Carpenter, because she was too poorly. Madeline's had 4 weeks to do this homework. So I don't accept that. That will be what the taxman would say. Jez has had a year to do this. So now, here's your penalty. For not submitting. Must be a nightmare for them because they probably get a major influx this time of year. A bit like when I had my students applying for university, and like the deadline, it's usually about January the 15th. And you'd always get somebody on January the 14th who'd been telling you for over a year, I don't want to go to uni, I don't want to go to uni. And then they come to you the day before and go, oh, actually, I'd like to apply. And so you end up staying in school till about 7 o'clock at night, supervising them, filling in their forms, helping them with their personal statements. And I have to tell you, they take forever. If you really want them to be accepted, they take forever. And you're like, oh. But I have to do it. Has to be done. So, right, Fabitac for this. I was watching somebody who was saying that they felt Pritt Stick was the best thing for sticking fabric to paper. Not convinced. So, sticking to Fabitac. There we go. Put that along there. There we go. So that's another pocket there ready for a tag. So I'm going to do the tags. Separately. Right, let's do a pocket here. Let's do a much more simple pocket. So we've got some of that paper from the kit. Let's find it. So we got that one. So I'll show you how to do those ones, but we'll do this one for now. So this pocket that I'm going to do now doesn't involve any bits that you fold over. So just gonna trim it down a bit. So that is the half, so let's come in a bit. So cut it to 5.5 inches. Let's see what that looks like. That's still quite wide really, isn't it? We'll go to 5. We'll go to 5 inches. And I don't want it that tall, so let's go to 3.5 inches tall. That's quite a nice proportioned pocket there. And this one is going to get stuck on the 3 sides. So I'm going to just decorate it up a little bit. And if I show you the one in here, I'll put a little bit of book page and cheesecloth on it. So just simply, oh, I did it shorter as well, but I'm going to leave that one as it is. So yeah, I just ripped a bit of book page and had a little bit of cheesecloth. So let's find some book page in here. Oh, got some music page, that'd be nice. So we went that way because that's not wide enough. So a bit of a ruler, take that end off. Come down a bit. About there. There we go. And take that end off. Right there. There we go. So we're going to ink round all these edges. And so what you get through doing it this way is your tag has to be quite a bit narrower than the pocket. I mean, this is going to have, I'm never going to do a tag that wide anyway, but if you were doing smaller pockets, to say it was that way, and you couldn't go the full width of this with a tag, whereas you can with the ones we've just done. So this one needs to be a good 1/2 inch, if not 3/4 inch narrower, to allow for the glue spreadage that you will inevitably get when you stick this in. I'm not sure if I've got a cheesecloth. In my drawer. I kind of got this little drawer where sort of all my Artie Mae's Vintage Days stuff is. Yes, I thought I had some strips of cheesecloth in there. Yeah, I've got quite a bit. Oh, and I have got some tags that are already sort of made up as well, which is handy. So I just took a strip, that one would be big enough. So I just took a strip and went across the pocket. I'll cut that down actually, and stuck that on top. So it was just a little bit interesting. So I'm going to take, these are my old dressmaking scissors from when I used to do that. Don't think they're as sharp as they were. I used to go ballistic if anybody used them on paper, and I tend to use them myself on paper now. Don't do very much dressmaking. Did buy myself a new sewing machine in lockdown because my sort of almost 30-year one broke. I mean, God, only lasted 30 years. And I did say, oh, I'll make masks. I haven't made any masks yet. But that doesn't mean to say I'm not going to. I did get poorly. Oh, I want to do a little bit on the inside of this, just in case you see a little bit of the pocket. So yeah, don't know how much more mileage I can get out of. I was poorly with the virus. I can't, it doesn't work on air. He was like, yes, so was I, Jez. Yes, so was I. And I still worked. It's like, well, so did I. Just not quite as much. Right, oh, actually, I want that to come down a bit. So this is just cheesecloth, bought it from Amazon. Great big pack. Cut some off, and I just tea dyed it. I didn't coffee dye because I thought that would smell, so I tea dyed. And then gives it this nice colour. And I do like it as an effect. Right, and then I'll just put this along the top. Like so. So it just gives it a little bit of interest there. And then just go around the edges with a small bead. This is collal glue, which I like. I wouldn't recommend tape because as it's a pocket where it's glued to the page and you're going to put tags in, if you use tape, it's going to remain sticky. Whereas wet glue will dry and there'll be no sticky residue left. On the pockets that we've just done with the turnover, you could use tape on those because the tags are going in and they're not going anywhere near the glued edge. Whereas in this one, they are going right up to the glued edge, and I say it would remain sticky. Now, I think collal glue is not a very quick drying glue. It does take a little bit of time for that to actually stick. But when it does, it's then stuck. It's a good strong glue. So that is that simple one. And then I did a corner one. I might do a corner one on the inside. So on the inside here, let me show you how to do a corner one. So you're basically making that shape, but also turning the top over so you've got a sort of an extra thick edge. So let me show you how I did that. Just deciding what colour to use. So I've got, I might do the blue because I've got blue on the outside. So for this, I cut it in half. And this is A4, as I printed it borderless. So 5 7/8 rather is like the halfway mark. So, and let's make it What did I do on the other one? How tall? I made the pocket is about 3 1/4, and then I've got a 1/2 inch at the top and the bottom. So we'll go 3 3/4 that way. I think I might have actually cut it completely in half again. So I'm basically using a 1/4 sheet. That might have been what I did. And then I'll choose a point. Those cuts might have been off camera. I've got a washi tape there and I keep forgetting about it. So then I'm going to cut down here. Just going to put that top end in there, and I'm just going to cut a diagonal strip off there, and then I'm just going to use my score blade. So I'm going to put it to 1/2 inch and score, 1/2 inch and score, 1/2 inch and score, 1/2 inch and score. You could just fold it if you wanted to, but I just like to do the scoring. I've got a trimmer that scores as well as cuts, and I have a scoreboard, and as I was cutting with that one, it's just as easy to do the scoring on there. So then you just fold and burnish them all. So you don't have to do this top edge, but I just think it gives it a nice bit of a turnover and a nice sort of edge. So now we're just going to snip off our corners. So it's very similar to what you see in the templates that you get. And then we need to snip the top bits off. And then this one will get glued down in place. So you've got the nice edge, and then these will get glued to the page as we did before. So I'm going to glue this down, and then I will ink up the edges. Get some more ink. I do like the pattern in this, and I say it does go so nicely with that mask I've got. So I might put some of that on the page. Now you could do several of these. So I've got another one that I've made, and you could stick them down so that you've got a double pocket. So if you're going to do that, then you need to stick the top one down first, and then stick the other one down so that you know where it's going. Because if you put that one down, you can't flip that one behind. So they may well do that, but I'm going to do some inking on there first. I'm going to get my brush for this now. So just go around. then that's quite nice, the way it kind of matches in. I do like it. So I didn't ink the bottom of that because I knew it would be stuck down. So I'll stick this down and then we stick the other one on top. So I'm going to put that about there. So that will allow me to have tags in there. And then there's my bone folder. And then we'll stick this one down. So yeah, a bit of a pocket day. I'm trying to think if I needed to show you another pocket. So I want to put that end over there. So these have been measured to be the same width so that they would sit on top. I did, in the original journal, I did a triple. But decided to just go for a double because I'm going to show you something else now. So that's a nice double pocket there. And then you can do some ephemera on top. So you can take one of these things. It's quite a nice one. And scissors. Just going to cut it roughly. It is, I'm just going to take the little guillotine to, going to take the black edges off. Now, it's not quite thick enough for what I want, so I'm going to back it. But I'm going to stick it on the top and make it a tuck spot. So going to look in here. Got a little bit of coffee dyed cardstock, maybe. If not, I might just use a little bit there, not enough. Got coffee dyed paper, not the cardstock, but I have got some craft card. Could back it on that, actually. That'd be quite nice. So what I'm going to do is, where's me gluing pages? There's a little gluey page. So I'm going to take the glue stick. So when I'm backing onto card or coffee dyed paper, I like to cover in a glue stick so that I know that all the edges are done, and then go over it with some collage. So this is my collage glue. This is in the Sugar Bell bottle. So I've got one in a really fine tip bottle, and then for slightly larger surfaces I use my Sugar Bell. So just stick that down. Here's my bone folder. Just spread that glue, and then you don't get any wrinkles or bubbles. Everything's adhered to well. Just rub over with my dried off baby wipe, and then I can slice this with a guillotine, leaving a very small border. Not quite even, not that really it matters, but when you're a slight perfectionist and a little bit OCD, it actually does matter. Didn't quite get enough off there, that'll do. So that's my wee pocket that if I stick it over here on the 3 sides, we've got a little tuck spot on here as well. So I'm going to go down from that where that stamp is. So it's a way of adding decoration and a pocket. So just down those 3 sides, not quite on the top. On there. And I think that will be enough for today. So let me get one of those tags that I discovered that I had made. And of course I can't see it now. Typical. Right, can't find a tag, but I've got a little bit of ephemera. So we have got pocket in the back there, pocket there, and we've got a little pocket tuck there. We have done nice pocket there, and we're going to do the middle section possibly next time. Then we've got these 3 pockets, and then we've got the other kit pocket. So I've made 2 styles of kit pocket and 2 freehand ones. So hope that was useful, and yeah, hope you liked it. So please like and subscribe, please share, please tell your mates, and yeah, hope you're liking what you're seeing. And we might do some tags next time so that these pockets can get filled, and then I'll do the centre section, and I think we're pretty much done then with it. So, oh, and the cover, of course. Okay, thanks for joining me. See you again soon.